Hi, I'm Landon. I'm 43 from Cabot, Arkansas. I'm here at John Ministries. I've been here for about 5 months. I started smoking weed about 13 years old. I started drinking alcohol about 15, 16. I went through a lot of heartaches. My later years, about 19, I had a grandmother that passed away, which led me to cocaine, pain pills, etc. Part of what led me here to the ministry is that I spent about 30 years in addiction. 30 years of chaos, 30 years of darkness, and the part of the story that gets real is that I grew up in church. I grew up in the Bible. I knew the Word, I knew the truth. I'd been saved. And my granddad was a preacher. My dad's a Sunday school teacher. But I just didn't want to listen to the truth, really. Throughout my life, I've had jobs. I've had friends that all kind of helped with my addiction. It was all my fault, but misery loves company. I was always unhappy. No matter how much money I made, no matter how many pills I took or how much I drank, I could never be happy. And then when I did get sober from time to time, it was 10 times worse. I was still unhappy. I was miserable. I played music for about 22 years. I had a lot of friends, and that was, drugs were always a big part of that. I've had 3 friends that have died of overdoses. I've died of 4 overdoses. Every drug known to man was part of my problem. And I ended up getting a divorce and homeless, jobless, carless. I couch hopped for about 2 years. Started trying to get back on track, but drugs were always present. They were always there to comfort me in a way. But needless to say, I was slowly committing suicide, which is really what I wanted to do. I've dealt with suicidal thoughts and suicidal ideation for 30 years. I thought drugs and alcohol were helping that, when really all it was doing was making it worse. I came to the ministry here and was able to sit still long enough to realize a lot of things. Is all my depression and my anxiety started at about 13, about the time I started smoking weed and drinking alcohol. What really had led me here was almost a year ago today. I'd had a motorcycle wreck. I was high, but what had happened, I wasn't wearing a helmet, and I wrecked the motorcycle. I cracked my head, 5 fractures in my face, I almost lost my left hand. But I woke up halfway to the hospital, and knowing that God was trying to get my attention. It was pretty clear that where I was going was going to lead to death in one way or another. And then August of last year, I had an episode where I was actually wanting to kill myself. For the past 2 years, I had a gun to my head every night of the week, to the point where I was actually practicing to know how much pressure to put on the trigger, and was almost fantasizing about it because I knew that was the only way out. Back in August, I had an episode and went to a state hospital because I didn't really want to kill myself. I got out and I did good for a week. I never took the drugs out of the situation. And December 7th of last year was my birthday, my 43rd birthday, and that's when I knew then that I needed help. I made a phone call and I went to a rehab, and 2 weeks into that rehab, I knew then and there that 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks was not nearly long enough to save your life. And I knew that I didn't want to trade one drug for another drug. It was just going to compound the problem. So I made the call to John 3:16. And like I said, 2 weeks into that rehab, I knew then that I didn't need another drug. I needed Jesus. I needed Jesus Christ. I needed His grace, His mercy. So I made the call, and I come here January, late January. And it took me about 2 months to really get to the point to where I knew that this is where I needed to be. Because from my life, from 13 to 43, I went from being this calm, quiet, nice little kid to being hateful, rude, hating life, just drowning myself. I was mad at God because things were not happening for me. That's because I was putting faith in myself on everything. Faith that I would get sober, that the drugs weren't a problem. And I've read the Bible through and through, even in my mess. But I was practicing witchcraft. I was practicing voodoo, black magic, spells, worshiping the wrong one, serving the wrong one. And in the Bible is you can't serve two masters. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And I had to make the decision to get right with the Lord. Now that I've been here and I've been in ministry 5 months, and my life has turned around completely. No desire in my heart do I want to chase money, do I want to chase women, do I want to chase drugs, do I want to chase the material things of the world. The desire of my heart is to just grow closer to Him according to His will in every way. Now that I'm here, God has been revealing things to me left and right. And my purpose is not even for myself anymore. I come here to get sober. I come here to get sober and get a relationship with Jesus Christ. But now that I've gotten all this and I see where He's leading me, my main purpose is for the other man. So, if there is anybody out there that is struggling with drugs and addiction, I would say get help now, because tomorrow could be the last time.